Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, and especially you fellow dog lovers. Now, that was not a real dog. That was me imitating a dog. In fact, I was imitating the typical family dog. Let's call him Fido. It's been my observation over the years that family dogs have a lot of important, valuable lessons to teach us, ordinary people. But they don't have the communication skills that we have. They can communicate with us. They let us know how they're doing, don't they? All right. With that in mind, let us gird up our loins and go into this important subject now. First lesson. It's meal time. Your job. Feed Fido. So you go over to where his favorite bowl is, and you know what it is. It says Fido on the side. You can't very well miss it. And you put in some Alpo and some Petco and a cup of vodka, and you put it down for him. And all the time you're doing this, he's looking up at you so appreciatively. Gee, thanks, John. Oh, this is wonderful. I get to eat again. He is so appreciative. Are the human members of your family that appreciative when you put food in their bowls? More likely they might say something like, what, that stuff again? We had it last week. And you know I don't like broccoli. Lack of appreciation. Next lesson from the family dogs. Perceived threat to the family. Fido is in the house and he hears a noise outside. Could be somebody innocently walking along the sidewalk out there. Or maybe a FedEx man rapping on the door. Something innocent like that. What does Fido do immediately? He springs into action. He is in attack mode. He's ready to tear somebody to pieces. He races to the door. Fangs bared, ready to tear somebody apart. Maybe that poor FedEx man. You put your hand on his head and hold him back and he quiets down. Now, how many human members of your family would race to the door ready to attack somebody? No, the idea of protecting the family doesn't even occur to them. Next lesson. Let us say you are not feeling too well today. You have a touch of the flu, and you're clumping around your house, and you flounce yourself down into your favorite chair. Now the rest of the family ignores you. But Fido knows immediately and intuitively that there's something wrong with you. And what does he do? He comes over to your chair, and he puts his hairy face on your on his hand, and your hand, and he looks up at you and says, oh. He is so sad. He is so sympathetic. He wants only one thing, and that is for you to get better. And he knows in his head, he's the only one who can make it better. What do the human members of your family do when you aren't feeling so well? Hey, what's the matter with you? You look awful. A lot of sympathy there, huh? Now, let us take another lesson. Let us say that for some reason, you have kind of mistreated Fido the family dog a little bit. You got impatient with him. You yelled at him. You threw a newspaper at him. You kicked him. Get out of here. What does Fido immediately think? It's his fault. He assumes responsibility. Number one thing in his mind is to get back into your life. But he knows that he must escape a little bit, so he goes to the other side of the room and he sits there and looks at you. I'll tell you exactly what he's watching for. He's watching to see if there's one shred of a scintilla of evidence that maybe he can get back into your life again. All you have to do is wave to him. Say his name, talk to him, and he'll be over there like a shot like that, right over here. His tail is going like a lethal weapon. His whole body is shaking like this, and he's back in your life again, and he's happy. Now, what do members of the human? If you should shout at somebody, a human, they shout back. They go out the door and slam the door. They disappear for 5 hours. They wander around them all, and they don't let you forget it. For weeks they bring it up to you. Does Fido ever hold a grudge like that? Never, never. Final lesson from the family dog. Let's say you have established a pattern in your family of getting up in the morning, you leave at 7 o'clock, 10, 11 hours later you come back. Now, the human members of the family understand that this is your pattern. This is your work day. 5, 6 days a week you do this. They understand the calendar and the paycheck and so forth. Fido doesn't. He doesn't know if you're ever coming back. He thinks, baby, you forgot how to get back. He thinks, baby, you won't follow the trail of cracker crumbs on the way. Wouldn't it be nice if we would adopt these lessons and make our lives better? Now, when you come back at the end of the day, Fido realizes you're finally here. He races to where you are at the front door. He drops everything important that he's doing, like chewing bones, and he races to the front door. If he's young enough, he dances around in a circle. And he is so happy to see you. Would it kind of be nice if human members of the family would do that once in a while? Maybe they could rush to the front door and throw their arms around you to show how happy they are to have you back. Lick your hand a little bit. Why don't we adopt these lessons from the family dog? Wouldn't we have better families, neighborhoods, and a world to live in if we did?